Steve, just what do you make of the last, I guess, 90 seconds of regulation? What went wrong in your eyes?
Well, we had a turnover, and then we were playing the foul game up 3, and handled the situation pretty well. But yeah, I mean, we just couldn't close it out, and obviously they got the 2 free throws with 1 second left, and were able to send it to overtime, and then they were the better team in OT.
I know the foul up 3 thing is always tough. Did you want it that fast, though, to leave that much time on the clock?
Yeah, because it's hard to foul up 3 because you want to do it when you know they're not shooting. And so if you want to say, all right, well, let's wait. Instead of fouling at 8, let's foul at 5, and the guy takes a dribble and pulls up and hits a 3, you're like, well, why the hell didn't we just foul at 8? So we were going to foul on catch, on pass. We wanted to make sure they didn't get a 3 up, and we handled that part fine,
What sort of happened in OT? Were the Bulls just kind of like making their shots, or
Say it again?
What sort of going on in overtime that the Bulls were able to pull away?
Well, they got off to the quick start, getting the 4 points, and then Gary was, tying his shoe, so it was 4 on 5, and I took the timeout. We were trying to get Draymond and Al a couple of minutes rest to start overtime, and so we started Gary and KP, but that first minute and a half didn't feel great, and so we made the sub. Draymond made an immediate 3, and I thought all in all it was we were getting good looks. Al had a couple of good looks from the corner, but yeah, shots didn't go down. We didn't score. We only scored 6 points in 5 minutes.
What do you make of Kristaps' game? He looked a little bit more comfortable out there.
Yeah, it's great to have him. I mean, you just feel his presence, and you see how easily he scores, and he had 4 blocked shots, and so it's really, really great to have him back.
Steve, the foul Draymond committed there with 2 seconds ago. What
Say it again?
Draymond's late foul in regulation
Yeah.
at the end. What happened there?
He just got his hand on his body. It was a foul. I watched the replay, and I'm sure he'd like to have that one back. He just got his hand in the wrong spot, and it would have been a tough shot, and Smith would have had to hit. It was a 2 also. It wasn't a 3, so it would have been for a tie. And Dre knows he just needed a challenge. He was in a tough spot. He didn't play the whole fourth quarter, and and then I throw him out there for a couple of defensive possessions because I know how good he is on that end, but he wasn't exactly loose and in the flow, and I'm sure that didn't help matters.
Bigger picture, I mean, you guys obviously grabbed such a sort of inspiring win in Houston, play pretty well in Oklahoma City. How do you view the last 2 nights? I mean, they're games that I think a lot of people are probably surprised you lost both.
Both very winnable games. Had the lead late tonight. Obviously, one we should have had, but this is how the NBA is. Especially when you're beaten up. You're not going to blow anybody out. Games are going to be tight. You got to finish, and we didn't finish either of the last 2 nights.
Steve, first quarter, Kristaps had 3 straight possessions, 3 mismatch. What has the variety of mismatches done for you guys as far as unlocking the offense, whether it's as a passer or as a scorer?
Well, he's a guy who can catch with a live dribble and get his shot off, pretty easily, and he's a great shooter. So he gives us, an isolation threat at a time when we don't have Jimmy and Steph, and so between Al and Kristaps, I really feel like we're able to gain some advantages offensively to draw help and move the ball and get open looks.
Steve, so our bench gave the team a big lift while some of the starters struggled tonight. So how do you evaluate the overall balance of rotation in the coming games?
Yeah, I mean, I think the tricky part when you're banged up and you have a lot of injuries is every single game is different. So when you're healthy, you kind of know who your 4 or 5 guys are who are going to close the game. Right now, it could be any five. You saw it tonight. BP and Draymond are, two of our best players, and neither guy was on the floor down the stretch till the very end for defensive purposes. So we just have to mix and match and find the right combinations for that night. I thought Pat Spencer came in and was just phenomenal, gave us a huge lift, and, plus 18 on the night. And so you stay with him, and that means tonight's, closing lineup was different from last games and the games before, and that's how it is. So everyone has to adapt to that.
Steve, when we talked to you before the game, DeAnthony was questionable. He said last night he was excited to play first time back-to-back. What happened in between last night?
He had a little hamstring tweak or groin tweak. I'm not sure which one. Very end of the game, just a little bit, and it acted up on him overnight, and so we held him out to be safe.
And Steve, I don't know, did you see what Bam Adebayo did tonight? Just what did you think of guy scoring 83 points in the NBA?
It was okay.
It was okay?
How many times has that happened?
I think it's second most in NBA history.
Second most after Wilt. Pretty impressive.
Steve, I was going to ask you about Bam as well, just given that you coached him last year, year and a half ago in the Olympics. Any connection with him because of that, or to see that, is it any different because you obviously have that bond with him, I guess?
He's one of the best guys to coach on that team. Just an incredible person, teammate, collaborator. Just a phenomenal guy, and I'm really happy for him. But I'd be happier for him if we had won tonight. I know you understand. Thanks.